Okie dokie guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we have the tutorial for this amazingly beautiful chill day jacket. Look at how gorgeous these colours are, how beautiful the yarn is, and how great it just works up. So if you want to make one of these, then just stick around for this tutorial after I've done my silly bit of modelling.
So for the chill day scarf, you're going to need tape measure, 6mm crochet hook or a size J, and a large eye darning needle. We're going to need, I have 8 balls of this all together. So this is the Ice Yarns Rainbow. It's 100 grams, 240 meters, size 3 DK weight, 100% premium acrylic. So I have 8 balls. You're not actually going to need 8 balls, you will need about 5 balls. But since this comes in packs of 4, I've got the 8. So if you have the extra, you can make this cardigan even longer, or if you don't have 5, then make it shorter. You know, whatever suits you, whatever you feel comfortable with. It's such an easily adaptable pattern. Look at those gorgeous colours in that. Okay, so let's get started. Right, so now you've pulled out from the centre, you've got your work ready to use. We're going to do a slip knot. Yarn around the thumb twice, the first one over the back one, what was the back one, over the thumb, and pull. Now we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. So you make this circle, and this circle is what we're going to work in. So we're going to chain 3, which is going to count as your first double crochet. And then we're going to do 2 double crochets into the circle. And again on this video, I'm not going to go slow, I'm just going to keep going. There is a little setting at the bottom of the video where you can change the time so it can go slower, it can go faster. But the stitches in this are so easy to do, and honestly it's a really simple, easy pattern. So you should be alright with it. Right, so now we've got that chain 3, and then we've got the 2 double crochet. So that's going to count as 3 double crochets from now on. So we're going to chain 2, do another 3 double crochets into the circle. 1, 2, 3. Chain 2, 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2 again, 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. You need more space, just pull your double crochets around. So let's see how many groups of 3 we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so altogether you're going to need 6 groups of 3 double crochets. So we've got 4 there. So we'll chain 2 again and do another group of 3 double crochets into the circle. That's 1, 2, and 3. So we just need one more group of 3 double crochets. So again we do the chain 2 and one more group of 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to chain 2, and to close this off, we're going to do a slip stitch into this, third chain from the starting chain. There we are. Right, so now we're here, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We're not going to turn our work, we're just going to keep going round. So this chain 3 is going to count as your first double crochet. Now we're going to double crochet into each of these next 2 double crochets from the previous row. So that's 1 and 2. Right, so as we go around, we're going to keep on increasing. So into this chain 2, we're going to do 2 double crochets, 1, 2, chain 2, then we're going to do another 2 double crochets in here to add to this next row. So that's 1 and 2. So each row in each row up is going to be increased by 2 stitches. So we're going to do a double crochet into each of these next 3 double crochets from the previous row. 1, 2, 3, and 2 double crochets into this chain 2 space. 1, 2, chain 2. So now we started off with the 3. Now we've got another 2 increase added on after each 3. So we're next on to 7. Yeah? You get it? So always adding 2 onto each side. Oh, we're going to be moving on to this really nice pink colour in a minute. Right, so 1 and 2 more double crochets into the chain 2 space. Double crochet into each of the 3 double crochets from the previous row. If I can get my hook in. And again, we're at the corner, so we're going to do 2 double crochet. 1, 2, chain 2, and 2 more double crochet into the corner. 1, 2. So we're going to do this all the way around. So you double crochet into each double crochet, into the corner, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. And I'll see you when we're back at the end. Right, so now we're into the last corner stitch. So we're going to do 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet. And we're going to slip stitch into this 3rd starting chain. There we have it. So this next one is a repeat of the previous. So we're going to do double crochet into each one, into the corner, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. So we'll go through this first bit and then I will leave you to do this row. So chain 3, it counts as a double crochet. So double crochet into each one across, and chain 2, sorry, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Sorry about that, I was getting ahead of myself, wasn't I? And then we're going to double crochet in each stitch across. And you're going to repeat this all the way around, and I'll see you back at the end. Right, so now we're getting near the end. We're on the last corner. I'm going to do chain 2. So we're going to do 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Right, and then we're going to do, you've got these last 2 double crochets left. So we're going to do a double crochet into each of these to follow the pattern around. And then we're going to single crochet into the chain 3 of the first chain 3. And there you have our pretty little hexagon. These 3 rows are going to be what's called our starter rows. So these are going to be the base for the hexagons. Now we're going to move on to the window row, or what I call the window rows. So we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to class as your first double crochet and your chain 1 space. So we're going to skip 1, and then we're going to double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet into the next. And this is creating our little window boxes. So when you get into the corner, your last one is always going to have a double crochet in it. So we're going to chain 1, and we're going to double crochet into the hole, into the chain 2 space. Then we will chain 2, we will double crochet again into the chain 2 space, chain 1, and even though it seems like we should skip this one, we're not. We're going to skip an imaginary one from the previous row. And we're going to do a double crochet into this first one. Yeah? So your first one and your last one always has a double crochet when you're doing this window row, or when you're doing every row really. But that's one thing to always remember, because on this row these are easy to miss out, and you're just not going to get it right if you miss them out. So all the way along, going to chain 1, skip 1, and into the next one, do your double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, then double crochet in the next. And I'll stick with you until we do the next corner, and then I'm going to leave you to it. So chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next. Right, so we put the double crochet in the last one of the row, chain 1, double crochet into the chain 2 space, chain 2, another double crochet into the chain 2 space, chain 1, and double crochet into this first one. Alright, so that is the pattern for this whole row, and I'm going to see you back at the end. Just keep repeating. Right, so now we've reached all the way around. We just have this last double crochet from the previous row. We're going to chain 1, slip stitch into the third chain of this 4 chain starting chain. Right, so now you can kind of see the pattern. We're going to be repeating these 2 rows for the whole entire garment. So chain 3, it's going to count as your first double crochet. Into this chain 1 window, we're going to put another double crochet, and double crochet in the double crochet. We're going to double crochet into each stitch across. And then when you get to the corner, you're going to do 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. So that's 1, 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 1 and 2 double crochet. Just like on this double crochet row. So across here, you're going to double crochet into each stitch across, and in the corner, chain 2, 2 double crochet, chain 2. And I'll see you when you get all the way around. So we've now come to the end of the round. I've done my last double crochet into this window, and I'm going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain of the starting chain. So there we have it. Now, the next row is going to be another window row. So you're going to do your chain 4, skip 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. Into each corner, well, each of the last and the first, you're going to have a double crochet. Into each corner, it's going to be a chain 1, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, chain 1, and then you're back into your first stitch again. Now, I'm not going to go along the next row with you, because you can always go back to the previous instructions where I showed you how to do the window row. It's exactly the same. Exactly the same, and I trust that you can do it. So for the measurements on how to do this, what you're going to do, you're going to fold it over. So it's like this. It looks like a miniature top. And you're going to measure yourself. If you're making it for you, then it's going to be your bust measurement. So for example, your bust measurement is 40 inches. What you're going to do is you're going to get your tape measure. You're going to measure this while it's folded. So this at the minute, as you can see, is just over 3 inches. So 3 for that part, you're going to include 3 for that part, so that's 6 inches altogether. So your whole top is going to be 12 inches if you were doing it this size. For a 40-inch bust, you're going to want this measurement here to be 10 inches, and then that will make a 40-inch bust. So keep going with these 2 rows until measured like this is the size that you want. So don't forget, if you're a 40-inch, you're going to want this size to be 10 inches. And you're going to make 2 of them. A whole 2, not part of 2, a whole 2. So I will see you again when I get back to doing this first one. At the end of this first one, because then I will show you where my measurements are, and we'll just quickly recap over how to do the measurements. And then I'll show you how to sew it, where to sew. Alright then, see you then. Right, so as you can see, I've done my 2 hexagons now. Aren't these colours just beautiful? So on one of them, I've already sewn up the arm. As you can see, we've connected the 2 sides together. So that is our first hexagon folded up. And the size of this is, that's 9.5 inches. So that 9.5 inches times by 4 is going to be 38. Yep, it's going to give a 38-inch bust. So that will be a-okay for my size. Right, so to start sewing up this side, we need to find the start of the round. And you can see that if you're using a different colour, you can see it by the colour trails. It's just not quite right. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold the sleeve on this side. So we'll fold that together and get the corners together and straighten it, and it goes into your side of the top. So that's where the trail is, and this is going to be under the sleeve, so no one's really going to see it unless you start waving your arm about and lifting it up and everywhere. We're going to sew it on the wrong side. So how you can tell the wrong and the right side is by this. So you see the edges? If the V looks like it's mostly coming on this side, then this is your right side. On the other side, you can just see the backs of the stitch. So this is your wrong side. So because we've got it right side out, we're going to change it round and we're going to do it the wrong side. Because then it's going to make the outside of our work look a lot nicer after it's sewn. Right, so you're going to want to take some spare yarn. You're only going to need it about double the width of what you want to sew. Right, we'll start at the sleeve. So we've got the 2 corner chains. So what you're going to do is you're going to put it in the last one of the corner chain. So that one's your first, this one's your next one. Put it in the next one. And then go back around itself just to lock it in place. And from the outside, you're not really going to see that, are you? Right, so what we're going to do is, we're going to go into the 2, is the next stitch, into the 2 of the back one, pull it through. And then back through this way, into the 2, into the 2 legs of the stitch I mean. And we're going to do this all the way across. So don't pull your work too tight, because if you pull too tight, it's going to all cinch up and look a mess. So as you keep going, just, loosen it up a bit, just so it rests nicely. And I'll see you when you get to the end. Right, so now I've reached the end. I've just gone into the first of the 2 chains, and then I'm going to go right back over into it and just to lock the stitch in place, just like we did at the start. So you see how it's not too tight, not too loose. Even though you can see a bit of a ridge there, when you go to turn it the right way round, there you are. There's our beautiful work. So now what we're going to do is going to lay your first piece out, and we're going to lay the second piece out, next to each other like that. So you can see, there's your top. Now we're going to sew these together. So we're just going to do, from the top parts, you're just going to sew down one side. So if you sew down the one side, say you sew down that side, this is going to be open like your jacket. So just like you did with the sleeve, we're going to sew down these back pieces now. Okay? And I'll see you when we get to the end of that. Right guys, now we're going to work on the bottom of our cardigan. So we've got everything attached. We're going to work right side facing. We're going to attach yarn into this corner chain 2 space. So just attach it with slip stitch. Right, I ended up on a double crochet round. If you ended up on a window round, what you're going to need to do is you're going to chain 3, another double crochet into this chain 2 space, then you're going to double crochet all the way along just like you did on the rounds. But for me, I need to do a window round. So I'm going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Double crochet into the first double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next, and I'm going to do that all the way across until the end. So I'll see you then. Okay, so now I'm at the end of this first row and I've done my last double crochet into that last double crochet, chain 1, and then I'm going to do this final double crochet into the chain 2 space. Then we're going to turn the work, and then we're going to start on the next row. So chain 3 for your double crochet, and chain 3 into the chain 1 space, chain 3 in the next, double crochet in the next chain 1 space, double crochet in the next double crochet, and carry on like that, double crochet all the way around. If your last row was a double crochet row, then this one you're going to want to do your window boxes. So you would have chained 4 here, skip 1, double crochet into the next, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. And this pattern is just going to go on for as long as you want your cardigan to go. Maybe you want it to cover the bum, maybe you want it to do maybe 2, 3, 4 more rows and have it quite short. It's entirely up to you. So just go for as long as you want, and when I get to the length that I want on this, I'm going to come back to you. Right guys, so we're back and I've done all the bottom rows on this that I want to do. So I did 22 rows in all. I've ended with my double crochet row. So now we're going to work on the border. The border, we're just going to do 2 rows or 2 rounds of single crochet. So since we're in the corner, we're just going to start in the corner, and in each and every corner, so you chain 1 to start with, and in each and every corner we're going to do 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and all the way around into these you're just going to put 1 single crochet, but into the sides, into each double crochet leg, we're going to put 2 single crochets, so it makes the stitching nice and even all the way around. That's 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and go all the way around. Make sure though that the right side of your work is facing, so then you get that nice neat edge at the side. So I'll see you when we get all the way around. So now we've gone all the way around in our single crochet. We're back to the point where we did our 3 single crochets in the corner. So we're just going to slip stitch into the first one, just to join it, chain 1, single crochet, and then the next one is the second single crochet in the 3 single crochets for the corner. So in this second one you're going to do another 3 single crochets, because this is going to be our new corner. And then we're just going to go all the way around again and finish off with a slip stitch into this first one, the same as we did before. Then that is our border for the body finished. So I'll see you when that's done, and then we'll start on the sleeves. After we've done the body, we're going to be working on the sleeves. So this is the top part of the sleeve where the seam is. So what we're going to do is we're going to start on the flip side, on the other side of that, where it's going to be the underarm. So you're going to do your slip knot, and you're going to attach your yarn with a slip stitch into one of the chains, chain 1, single crochet into that same chain, and we're going to single crochet all the way around, just like you did with the body. And then that is it. I'm not going to go through this sleeve because you've just done the same with the body. So once you get back round to this side, you're going to slip stitch into this first chain, chain 1, single crochet again, then go all the way around again, slip stitch into the first chain, and then fasten off. And then that is your cardigan or your jacket done. So well done if you've made this. Very well done. Put in the comments down below if you've made it, and also I'm going to put a link to my Instagram, and I would love it if you could add pictures onto Instagram or send me a direct message on there with the pictures of the items of mine that you've made. That would be fantastic. I'd be really interested to see how yours turns out and which yarns did you use, and yeah, whether you made the jacket short or longer, or I'd be really interested. So I'm going to put some pictures of what it looks like on with me wearing it, and then just enjoy. Thanks for watching. Bye.